Team. I have a piece of breaking news for you, and this one is absolutely insane. It involves Ken Griffin, Gabe Plotkin, and Melvin Capital, and basically being donezo. Give this a quick listen.
In retrospect, you obviously made a big investment in Melvin in the middle of this, Melvin Capital. Do you think that was a mistake?
No, I think Gabe Plotkin is one of the finest investors of his generation.
Gabe Plotkin, one of the best investors of his generation? I mean, if that's true, I guess it's also true that I'm not dumb money. Now, folks, I've made dumb decisions in my life, but I've never lost $7 billion and been called the best investor, one of the best investors of our generation. In fact, I get called a lot worse for losing a lot less. But here's the awkward and interesting breaking news, especially if you identify as an ape. Plotkin's Melvin Capital to liquidate funds after losses. Basically, he lost a shitload of money, pissed off his investors, and is now donezo. Here's what you need to know. This is breaking news, May 18th, 2022, a little after 5 p.m. ET. Gabe Plotkin plans to wind down Melvin Capital management after suffering billions of dollars of losses and angering investors with a botched plan to reboot the firm. Now, if you don't know Melvin Capital, they are the infamous fund that was short on GameStop in January 2021 and blew the F up. Now, you probably know that story, so what I want to focus on is potentially more interesting is not only did he kind of make himself a laughingstock of the apes, but he pissed off his investors in an absolutely glorious fashion. Here's what he recently said to close up shop. The past 17 months have been an incredibly trying time for the firm and you, our investors. I have given everything I could, but more recently, that has not been enough to deliver the returns you should expect. I now recognize that I need to stop away from managing external capital. Just so you know, from 2014 to 2020, Melvin Capital returned a lot, 30% a year. But circa January 2021, he met a new group referred to as the Apes, and his ass was absolutely handed to him, and he lost 55%. Now, like I said, that's a story you probably know pretty well. Stephen Cohen of Point 72, Ken Griffin of Citadel, they ended up giving him capital, and even now they're taking their money back, and he's closing up shop. It's a debacle. People are losing billions and billions and billions. But what's kind of crazy is how Gabe and I guess the leadership team decided to handle this. So more recently, he was like, hey, I have this crazy kooky idea. Why don't I just kind of start a new firm? And at first you might be like, why would you do that? Well, remember, they are collecting management fees and performance fees. In the world of hedge funds, it's very common for performance fees only to be paid out if you hit a new high watermark. Well, basically, it seemed like Gabe was saying, we've suffered a loss. We have consumed such a big, massive hit to our overall capital. We might not get back to that high watermark. So it seemed like he was being a little bit greedy instead of kind of buckling down and try to get the firm back to where it should be. He's like, I'll just hit the restart button so I can start getting those performance fees, kind of wiping the slate clean. And obviously the investors lost their mind for good reason. And that's what led to this right here. I am sorry. I got this one wrong. I made a mistake. I apologize. In hindsight, and despite our intentions, we recognize now that we focus on future returns and team continuity without sufficient consideration of your investment loss. Dude, what an interesting, articulate way. What PR firm spun this for him? Basically saying, hey, I'm sorry that you realized I'm a greedy asshole. LOL, my bad. Please give us your billions of dollars. Well, obviously you can't treat your investors like that. And this is now why he is liquidating funds, closing up shop, and no longer handling external capital. Melvin Capital, Gabe Plotkin's firm, the one who was short GameStop, is officially done.